population, which is like the more common one. I'm going to do a 21 population Manatam, which again requires you to push at least 2 deers, so you have to remember that when you're doing your build orders. All my build orders are like the ones I'm going to be actually using in my real games. So most of the builds that I'm doing are designed in keeping those things in mind. That if I'm doing the build I'm showing you, I'm probably doing it on the ladder against the players I'm playing against. So keeping up with the tradition, playing Saracens as well. And I'm just gonna be going for a traditional Manatam opening, but the twist to it is that I'm going to go up with one less population, which lets me hit my opponent 30 seconds faster, which will make a lot of difference if you're playing at a higher level in the game. Just even arriving at your base 30 seconds faster than normal will let you do a lot more damage than you might think. So 6 on sheep is in the start again. Gonna push my deer already. Gonna go for this wood line on the left, even though it's like not the best one, it's still like the closest one. Is pushing deer necessary in current KOTD Arabia with boars having extra food? Yes, it still does mean that. Even though boars have like 40 or 60 extra food than normal, it's still like worth to push at least 2 deers when you want to do the sharp build orders like these. I mean, of course, you can, with every build that I'm showing you guys today, you can add one more population and do exactly the same thing I'm doing. But for the consistency's sake and keeping it up with like actual games, I'm going to show the exact way I would do in a real game. So 4 on wood, and the next villager goes to the boar. After I have 4 on wood, 6 on sheep initially. In this case I had 6 on deer. And once I found all my 2 boars and all of my sheep, I'm going to go back and push 1 more deer. Now map is actually not bad. I can even show you guys how I would wall this map in an actual game. I will make like a choke point from this house wall to the town center, and from this like wood line to the house to the town center as well, walling off like the back side of my base, which has like my berries and my gold, protecting most of my resources. The follow-up will look like a lot similar to what I showed you in the last game. So all of these build orders will start colliding into like one sort of way of doing things. Once I have my second deer in as well, I'm going to go scout my opponent. Once I have 150 food on my first boar, I'm going to go for the second boar, and the new villagers go to the berries. Once I have 18 villagers, 18 population, the next villager goes to make the barracks. Yes, it is. At least in the top level. You can get away with not pushing the deer if you're like lower rated or you don't have the basic build order down. This is not a basic build order, this is more of an advanced one. But if we can do these, you will have a lot like easier time if you can replicate the ones I'm showing. And once I'm up, I'll garrison 21 population, and I'm gonna make a mining camp and a house. Once I'm up as well, I'm gonna start walling up a little bit. Gonna start making my militias.
عن الطعام بناء
أمر بناءة
Go for at least like only.
أمر باحث عن
مستعدة.
الطعام
Gonna go for only one word line in this game. I can add on this one a little bit later.
نعم بناء بناء
But since I'm walling up quite a bit,
بناء 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 حطاب
أمر باحثة عن الطعام
مستعد باحث عن الطعام
make 3 militia while I'm going up. How many on berries?
مستعدة.
Only 3 on berries for now.
نعم مستعدة. نعم حطابة.
And rest can go on sheep.
نعم بناء
While I'm walling, 3 militias. Once I have the 3 militias, I'm gonna send them immediately to my opponent. While I'm walling up.
بناء بناء
مستعدة.
أهلا باحث عن الطعام بناء 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 باحث عن الطعام
مستعد أمر نعم نعم
Already queuing up a villager, so I don't have to worry about that.
حطاب بناء حطاب
Once I'm up, the first thing I do is make an archery range immediately
مستعد نعم مستعد
and get the Manatam upgrade. After that, if I can afford the wood upgrade, I'm gonna get it.
مستعد
And since I pushed the deer, I should be able to get it. If I did not push the deer at this point, I don't think I'll be able to afford the wood upgrade while getting the Manatam upgrade at the same time. So once I have 8 or 9 villages on the one wood line, all the new villages, add 3 more to the berries so that I have a total of 6. And once my archery range is up, I'm gonna add more villages on gold till I have a total of 5.
نعم
So 6 on berries, 5 on gold. Send my archers out immediately if I want to, or mass them. Typically, you would want to mass them before sending them out.
مستعدة.
While your sheep are running out, you should already be making farms.
بناءة.
If you have a food bonus civilization, you can even skip making farms for a little bit since you have the bank of food. But since I'm playing Saracens, which don't really have any food bonuses, I want at least 2 farms before I make the blacksmith.
نعم نعم القتال
And the blacksmith is for my archers, so that I can get fletching as well. Once I have 5 on gold, I don't need more than that. At least for the duration of the feudal age I'm going to be playing. And once I have this wood for it, I'm going to drop a blacksmith as well and complete my wall. And once my blacksmith has been dropped, I don't need to wait for any more wood for any excess buildings. I'm just going to be dropping farms non-stop.
مستعد نعم
Just using my Manatams as much as I can. Just like attack your opponent with the Manatams, and once your Manatams are clean, why not scout it other side of my wood line? You mean this one? Because if I click the villager outside, it doesn't go outside.
باحث عن الطعام مستعد نعم سأفعل بناء
أمر
That means it's walled. If my villager gets stuck on the wall when I complete the wall, it means I'm like not open. And I'm going to wait for at least 5 archers before moving out. And I'm gonna get fletching as well. I should be able to get it soon.
مستعد بناء
نعم نعم أمر هجوم هجوم
And once I have 5 archers, I move out.
هجوم
Is wood only upgrade you have? Yes, the wood upgrade is the only upgrade I have.
نعم أمر
And once I have 8 farms, I'm going to add and send 5 more villages to the other wood line.
مستعد هجوم
نعم
Once I have 8 farms, sending 5 more villages to the wood, so that I have a second wood line as well. This is only if you did not add the second lumber camp immediately.
نعم نعم
And the 5 archers can 3-shot villagers. 5 archers with fletching can 3-shot villagers. So I'm going to be keeping that in mind and sending 5 archers out to 3-shot villagers. Try to sneak them while massing more archers behind.
مستعد
أمر بناءة.
All the new villages after this one will just go make once I have 8 farms, I'm going to add more one
مستعد حسن
till I have a total of 18 farms.
باحث عن الطعام حطاب
1,
الهجوم
2,
نعم
3. Full HP villager. 1, 2, 3. So, like 5 archers can 3-shot villagers. That's why I like sending them in a group of 5. Yeah, once my berries are run out, I'm gonna start making farms with them. And you don't need to get the horse color upgrade for your farms. Since we are spending our resources on archers, you don't need the farm upgrade to replace it. Have you picked double attacks? How many for one shot? How many for one shot? I think you need 5, like something like 15, right? 15 archers with fletching. Or 14, something like that. It's either 15 or 14. I think it's 14. 14 archers for one-shotting villages. Okay, I am adding one more farm than normal, but that is fine. I'm going to replace this lumber camp as well. It has become too inefficient. For 2-shot you need 7. I can cancel this villager and click up. And once I'm up, I'm going to again be sending at least 10 villagers to 1 gold and keeping up with at least 18 on food so that I can afford my upgrade. While I'm going up to the next stage, I'm going to add my second range. And I'm again going to be up to the castle age by minute 20. It's going to be really fast and pretty clean. If you're walled and you're not taking any damage, this is like what you would want to do as a Manatam archer build. Basically making sure all of my economy is working pretty well. Getting the armor upgrade for my archers, gold mining, and horse color. While I'm going up to the castle age as well. So these are the 3 upgrades I'm getting. Making sure I'm making archers the entire time while I'm going up. Once I'm up, again the choices remains yours. It's the same as the Drush Flush build order that I showed, where you can make the decision of what you want to do in the castle age once you reach castle age. I'm up to castle age by minute 20, 21-ish. With a lot of food and gold and wood. In this one, since your economy is so much weaker, I would actually expect you guys to get the wood upgrade at the same time as well. And also wheelbarrow, once you can afford it. Like after this villager, I should be able to afford it. And all the new villagers again just go to wood after this is done. So get crossbow, get bodkin, get the second wood upgrade. Since you're going to be reseeding a lot of farms, in future, you don't need to do them right now. But that is like the reason you would actually want to get the wood upgrade almost immediately when you're going Manatam upgrade. Manatams as the opening. And now I just want to send to wood so that till I have enough for 3 TC. I'm gonna be keeping the crossbow production up at the same time as well the entire time. But 3 TC is like my target. That is what I would want to do. Not going to reseed any farms, just gonna save my wood. The only thing I'm spending my wood on right now is the crossbow, which is something that you do need. You do need to make crossbows when you're up to the castle age. And by the time I send these villages out, I will have enough wood to make a town center. And since I'm banking so much food, it will allow me to have enough food to make my town centers work without having the appropriate number of farms, because I'm banking so much food. Again, since you have the 3 TCs, you can start adding siege workshop, university, monastery, ballistics, whatever you want. You have the resources to do it if you look at my bank of resources. So it depends entirely on you on where you would want to spend your resources next. Once you're up to the castle age, you have 3 town centers, you have pretty stable working economy. Just replace the farms, start adding more to gold and more to wood if you want to. You can even add a third range, a fourth range, whatever basically that you would want to do. I'm spending my food pretty well, just making sure all of my town centers are working.
مستعد.
Yeah, and this will be the end of the world order. So this was man at arms into archers, and this is like the second part of it. It's same as the Drush Flush build, but the difference is like you have to relocate a lot of your resources a little bit later on.